Hey everyone, Chad Lee here, back with another deep dive into history. Today we're diving into one of the most fascinating and impactful stories of all time, the evolution of democracy. Have you ever wondered how democracy began? How did we get from ancient assemblies to modern parliaments? Today we're taking a journey from ancient Greece to modern times, exploring the twists and turns that have shaped democratic governance. Buckle up, because this story is packed with twists, turns, and a whole lot of inspiration. From the ancient ruins of Athens to the bustling halls of modern parliaments, democracy has a rich and varied history. Our story starts in Athens, Greece, around 508 BCE. This was a time of great change and innovation. This was the birthplace of democracy, a revolutionary idea at the time. Imagine a world where the concept of citizens having a say in their government was completely new. Before democracy, Athens was ruled by aristocrats. These were the elite few who held all the power and made decisions for everyone. But then, a visionary named Cleisthenes came along. He saw the potential for a new system, one that would involve the people in decision-making. He introduced a system where citizens could vote directly on laws and policies. This was a radical shift from the norm. Imagine that, ordinary people having a say in their own government. It was a groundbreaking idea that would lay the foundation for future democracies. They called it Democratia, rule by the people. This term has endured through the centuries, symbolizing the power of collective decision-making. But democracy in Athens wasn't perfect. It had its limitations and exclusions. Only free men who were citizens could vote. This meant a significant portion of the population was left out. Women, slaves, and foreigners were excluded. Despite these flaws, the Athenian model was a pioneering step. Still, it was a groundbreaking step towards giving power to the people. It set a precedent that would influence future generations. Fast forward to the Roman Republic. The Romans took the idea of democracy and made it their own. They adopted and adapted the idea of democracy too. However, they introduced a new twist to it. Instead of direct democracy, they had a representative system. This meant that citizens elected officials to make decisions on their behalf. Citizens elected officials to make decisions on their behalf. Sound familiar? This is the foundation of many modern democratic systems today. It's the foundation of many modern democratic systems today. The Roman model of representative democracy has had a lasting impact. Now let's jump to the Enlightenment period in the 17th and 18th centuries. This era was a hotbed of new ideas and philosophies. Philosophers like John Locke and Montesquieu began advocating for individual rights and separation of powers. Their writings laid the groundwork for modern democratic thought. Their ideas inspired revolutions and new democratic governments around the world. These revolutions were pivotal in spreading democratic ideals. The American Revolution in 1776 and the French Revolution in 1789 were significant milestones. They marked the beginning of a new era of democratic governance. Both led to the establishment of democratic principles and constitutions that emphasized liberty, equality, and justice. These principles continue to influence democracies today. And let's not forget the 19th and 20th centuries. This era saw the expansion of democracy with movements for women's suffrage and civil rights. This era saw the expansion of democracy with movements for women's suffrage and civil rights. These movements were crucial in making democracy more inclusive. Countries around the globe adopted democratic systems, each adding their own twists. The global spread of democracy has created a diverse array of democratic practices. Today, democracy is a dynamic and evolving system. It continues to adapt and change in response to new challenges and opportunities. It's far from perfect, but it represents the ongoing struggle and aspiration for a fair and just society. Democracy is a living, breathing entity that reflects the will of the people. It allows for change and gives a voice to the people. This is the essence of democracy, empowering individuals to shape their own destinies. So, whether you're casting a vote or participating in a peaceful protest, you're part of this incredible story of democracy. Your actions contribute to the ongoing evolution of democratic governance. A story that started over 2,500 years ago in ancient Greece and continues to shape our world today. The journey of democracy is far from over, and each of us plays a role in its future. Thanks for joining me on this journey through time. I hope you found it as fascinating as I did. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. Your support helps us bring more content to you. This is Chad Lee signing off. Catch you next time. Stay curious and keep exploring the past.